Hello and welcome to video lecture on ARM microcontroller embedded system. In today's video, I am going to cover the topics of Module 3 embedded system components. The first topic is what is an embedded system. An embedded system can be defined as an electronic or electromechanical system that is designed to perform a specific function. And this embedded system is a combination of both hardware and firmware. For example, washing machine. The hardware and the software that is present in this product is used to perform only the functions of washing machine, and this device cannot be used to perform the any other functions. Like that, the micro oven is another embedded system. It is meant for only that function. It cannot be used to perform the other functions. Another example, refrigerator, which is meant to perform its functions, cannot be used for the other functions. That's why these embedded systems are called as a specific function products. Every embedded system is unique, and the hardware as well as the software of that is specially meant for the application. Embedded systems are becoming inevitable part of any product or the equipment. In the examples, household appliances, telecommunications, medical equipment, industrial control, consumer products, etc. Next topic is embedded system versus general computing system. The general computing system is a combination of generic hardware and the general purpose operating system, and it is used for a variety of application. Whereas embedded system is a combination of special purpose hardware and embedded operating system for executing only a specific set of applications. General computing system contains a general purpose operating system, whereas embedded system may or may not contain an operating system for its functioning. General computing systems applications are alterable, that can be changed by the user, whereas the embedded system applications are non-alterable, which means the application cannot be changed by the user. The key factor in the general computing system is the performance, whereas the key factor in the embedded system is application. Power consumption of general computing systems is more, whereas it is less for embedded system. The response time of the general computing system is non-critical, whereas it is critical for some applications in the embedded system. General computing system execution need not be deterministic, whereas the embedded system execution may be deterministic. Deterministic in the sense it may be hard real-time system or soft real-time system. These are the differences between embedded system and the general purpose computing system. Next topic is classification of embedded system. Embedded systems are classified based upon the different criteria, and the criteria are based upon the generation, based upon the complexity and the performance requirements, based upon the deterministic behavior, based upon the triggering. Let us discuss these in detail one by one. The first one is classification based on the generation. Here we are having first generation, second generation, third generation, and fourth generation. This classification is done based upon what type of microprocessor or microcontroller we are using in the embedded system. For example, are we using 8-bit microprocessor? Are we using 4-bit microcontroller? Whether the microprocessor or the microcontrollers used in the embedded system, is it simple in nature, is it complex in nature, whether it is used for the simple application, whether it is used for the complex application, whether the single instruction set of those microprocessors or microcontrollers are simple, are they complex. Like, let us discuss this in detail. The first is first generation. The embedded systems which comes in first generation are built around 8-bit microprocessors like 8085 and Z80, or they are built around 4-bit microcontrollers. These microprocessors and microcontrollers are simple in hardware circuit, with software developed in assembly language. The examples are digital telephone keypads, stepper motor control units, and etc. The second generation embedded systems are built around 16-bit microprocessors or 8 or 16-bit microcontrollers. The instruction sets of this microprocessor or microcontrollers is complex and they are powerful than the 1G, that is first generation processor or the controllers. Some embedded systems contain an embedded operating system for their operation. The examples of second generation embedded system are data acquisition system, SCADA system, etc. Third type is third generation. The embedded systems in this generation are built around powerful 32-bit microprocessors or 16-bit microcontrollers. Here a new concept has come, that is application and domain specific processors or controllers. As in the definition of embedded system I have told, these are the systems which are used for only a particular application. They cannot be used for the general purpose applications. This type of embedded system not only contains microprocessors and microcontrollers, it may contain digital signal processors, application specific integrated circuits, and the instruction set of this type of generation are more complex and more powerful than the previous generation. A new concept of instruction pipelining also evolved. This instruction pipelining is one technique which helps to execute the operations with a faster speed. For example, either it is a microprocessor or microcontroller, whenever we use it to perform any application, it will be doing four uh, steps, and they are the fetching of the instruction, decoding of the instruction, executing of the instruction, and storing the result. If we do these four operations one after the other, then we don't call it as a pipelining system. If we do one operation while the other operation is being done, then we call it as a pipelining. For example, when the first instruction is in the decoding phase, the next instruction can be fetched from the memory. See here, two operations we are performing at a time, and the two operations are decoding of the current instruction and prefetching of the next instruction. See, two things we are doing at a time, hence it is called as a pipelining, and that pipelining technique has come from this generation onwards. The examples of this third generation embedded systems are robotics, media, industrial process control, networking, and etc. Next is the fourth generation. Here comes the system on chips. The system on chips in the sense everything will be present on a single IC. For example, microprocessor or microcontroller will be there, along with the some amount of RAM will be there, some amount of ROM will be there. There will be number of IO ports. There will be the timers, counters, serial communication ports, like many features all will be included in a single IC, is called as a single on chip. Not only SoC, reconfigurable processors have also come in this generation. Then if for example, to increase the speed of any application, we have to go for two or more than two processor in a single system. That is called as a multi-processors, and that concept has also come in this fourth generation. Because of these system on chips, reconfigurable processors and multi-core processors gives the higher performance. They are all built with the tight integration, and miniaturization has also come. Miniaturization in the sense the size of the components that are used in the embedded system will be reduced so that maximum number of components can be fit into a single IC. making use of high performance real time embedded operating systems for their functioning. It means that this type of embedded systems are making use of the operating system. The examples of this fourth generation are smartphone devices, mobile internet devices, etc. So this is all about the classification based upon the generation. Having completed this first classification, now I would like to go with the second classification, and the second classification is based on complexity and performance. Here there are three types of classification: small scale embedded system, the first one. These are the simple in application where the performance requirements are not time critical, in the sense we don't expect the output of